A major demonstration by tens of thousands of supporters of Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan has now been called off. He's due to appear in court on Wednesday on charges of terrorism. On Tuesday, protesters faced off with security forces in Islamabad. Tens of thousands of PTI party members and Khan supporters had marched into the capital, calling for their leader to be released from jail. Police used tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the crowds and arrested hundreds of people. Kamal Haider joins us live from Islamabad. Kamal, we were speaking yesterday when tensions were very high. What's the scene like now? What's the mood?
Well, right now, some of the roads are being opened, but there is a mood of gloom because of what happened last night when the state used its full force to crush those protesters and force them to disperse. There was tear gassing for several hours. They were using rubber bullets, as you mentioned. And then, of course, those arrests that were made. A number of people have been killed after they received bullet wounds in that particular protest. And, of course, although the authorities must be saying that this was a great operation and success, there are no winners from this because the supporters who came out from across the country still consider Imran Khan as one of their leaders. But there was bitter disappointment in the quality of the leadership, which did not lead from the front. It was the poor protesters who were left at the mercy of the police and the rangers, and of course on the receiving end. So indeed there will be question marks as to why this happened. The government said these were armed protesters, but we did not see any evidence of any arms being carried by the protesters. So there will be question marks as to why the government had to resort to brute force to disperse this protest.
So, Kamal, what's next then? What happens next?
Well, such incidents are likely to create more hatred and, of course, lead to more alienation because most of the people who came out were from the countryside. These were poor folks who, of course, consider their leader to be in jail, and it was his call that they were heeding. But there are other underlying problems. The people are disappointed with the government that they say has failed to deliver on its promises. People have hardships in life. They cannot cope with the prices and escalation in commodities. So there is a lot of resentment, and such action leads to further resentment. Most people, of course, will say that it's not over, that this could have serious ramifications for Pakistan's political stability, because every time force is used, it backfires. And so we will find out as to whether the party has learned anything from this, whether the government has learned anything from this. But the bottom line is there are no winners.
Indeed. Kamal, thanks for that update. Kamal Haider reporting there from Islamabad.